Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this session. And for those of you just joined us, do answer the question on your screen about the poll that is about what is your Excel version and what have you heard about macro or VBA, and how do you rate your level in Excel? What is your competency level? So let's see. Most of you are using the Excel app on Windows. One of you are using Mac, and one of you using WPS, and one of you using others. And for the learning we're going to use today is mostly on the Excel app on Windows. If you're using WPS, it may not work 100%. Others, I have no idea what are the things you are using at this moment. It may not applicable. For the Mac version, it could be used the same method, yeah. The only caveat is when you are using macro to interact with other files inside the Mac, you will need to do some extra setting because of the security setting in the Mac. And about half of you, more than half of you heard about macro, and about 1/3, half. Okay, good. And many of you are in the middle of so-called your rating about your Excel skill. One of you, two of you is very pro, very good. And 6 of you are very comfortable with Excel. That's good. Okay, so we are ending the poll. Let me share the result on the screen. You can see the result. Hey, very interesting group of people in the room. Yes, now I want to invite you to type hi or hello in the chat just to get ourselves comfortable. Just type hi or hello so that you can greet everyone at the same time. Yes, hello as well. Yes, and Anis, Lee, Cassandra, Teresa. Good. Nice to see many familiar names. So we are here to learn about macro and VBA. Prior to that, I want to have a little bit about what does that mean and what are the things you could do with the macro or VBA. So this is the file I have. And this file is a normal Excel file with a special setting. It requires to split the file by different regions. This kind of work, I cannot use pivot table, I cannot use formula, I cannot use other things besides manual work. So therefore, I will need to filter first region, copy, select all, copy, go to new file, paste it over here, and save it to each region. After that, I will need to repeat for the next region until the end. This kind of work is still okay, but just manual lah. There's no way out. Just curious, how many of you have experienced something like this one? There's a lot of repetitive manual work. You have no idea how to make it work. Excel, there's no other way. No formulas, nothing. If you experienced this kind of situation before, please type me in the chat, ME. Please type me in the chat. A lot of small things, you just need to do all these things. Oh yeah, very leceh. Leceh means very troublesome. Okay, thank you for your responding. If you have experienced this before, very good. So after this is automated, in this situation, it has a special button over here. It calls split region file. When I click, it will split the data based on the region. Currently, it has 4 files. So therefore, it will split into, it has 4 regions. So therefore, it will split into 4 files. So let me click. And you ask me for confirmation. Over here, I say, okay. And it will remove previous splitted files. I say, okay, and start doing the work behind the scenes while I'm talking with all of you. Now I'm not moving any mouse and keyboard, and it's just doing the work automatically. You can see some screen coming up and close. Those are the work done behind the scenes. Once it's done, you will ask whether I want to open the folder. Now, I say yes. And once it's opened the folder, and let's wait for a while, and I see 4 files. Very good. So let me close this folder. And some of you may be thinking, hey, Tai, What if my data changes? I have a new region. Will this automation works? Let's test it. Now I'm going to change some of the data called new. So I have 4 regions plus one more region called new. In total, it has how many? 5. Very good. So now I'm going to run the automation just now on the top here. I'm going to split the region file. Yes, it's going to remove previous 4 files before it start all over again. I say, okay. And it's going to go through similar process to filter, copy, and go to new file and paste it and doing the same thing over and over again. Yes, and just curious, do you see my screen? Yes or no? Let me know in the chat. I think yes, yes. Okay, for VTM, you may want to switch. In the Zoom, it has 2 tabs. One is the screen sharing, another one is the participant name. You go to screen sharing. Okay, good. Back to here. Once this is done, you will ask me to open the folder. I say yes. So you open the folder and we expect to see how many files? 5. Just now we have a new region called new. Let me open the file. Dang, dang, dang. Which region we expect to see inside the new file? New region, yes. So this is the things you could automate. And with AI, the things, the automation could be done very, very easy. Very, very easy. I'm going to incorporate certain things based on your response. If your response is very encouraging, I will add on more. If you have no response, okay, lo. I will just touch enough. Need to based on response, yeah. So now I close this one. Yeah. So this is how it works. Nice, right? Hey, okay. I'm just curious, just curious. If your work could be automated in such a way, what would you do with the extra time? Please type in the chat. What would you do with the extra time? No right, no wrong. Hey, hey, someone is sharing the screen. Not necessary to share a screen. Thank you. Let me do something here. Yeah, what will you do with the extra time? Because automation can really save a lot of time. So what will you do with the extra time? Suddenly cannot think. Hey, no response. Okay, lor. I will just say enough. Okay. More time to eat snake, egg, coffee, and toast, jewelry, tulang, gossiping. Oh my goodness. What will you do with the extra time? So the reason I'm asking this question is to let you to see the possibility. Yeah. Some of the things is quite, I know all of you are answering for the sake of making the room a bit lively and bit fun. Okay. So now I want to have a simple intro about myself because some of you may not know me. And let me intro a little bit about me. Yes. This is me. Yeah. My name is Tai. The full name is Tai Chutak. And last time there was a music composer. He said my name is not memorable. And he suggested me to use Excel Sifu because of 3 reasons. The first one, my hair very short. It's like a monk. Second reason, I'm very skinny. And third reason, I'm a vegetarian. Like a monk, all the seafood, all these things. Then he suggested me to use Excel Sifu. And I adopted the name since year 2017 until now. And if you go online and search for Excel Sifu, you're able to find me in YouTube and also in LinkedIn. So these are some of the experiences is shape how I see Excel and the data a bit differently. I was programmer back to 1998. That experience taught me I'm quite comfortable with programming. I'm quite comfortable with keyboard. And that also means I have made a lot of mistakes to know what to avoid. So I will share some of the experiences based on your response as well. Then I move on to my career to SAP ERP as a techno-functional consultant. That experience taught me a lot of time an organization, they have a lot of data in their systems. It could be in the warehouse system, in the computer system, or many other systems. Sometimes it could be manual files. There are ways to make the reporting works, the repetitive reporting works a little bit easier. Yeah, so I know there are few ways to make it easy in Excel. Then I move on to project management. That experience taught me our management makes important decisions based on reports, even though they have no idea what is happening on the operation level. So accurate and timely report is very, very important. And on one fine day in year 2013, my boss came to me say, Tai, thank you very much. And the door is over there. I was retrenched in year 2013. So that's the moment I paused for a while and I realized my passion is sharing with other people. So therefore, I decided to become a trainer until today. And after becoming a trainer, I always wanted to have my own book. After struggling for many, many years, and in the year 2023, I published my first book called Rock Your Data. And following year, I published my second book is Excel for HR. And after that, I'm very fortunate to co-author with another person from Singapore on data-driven sales leadership. And this year, there's one more book, Work in Progress. So in overall, you could see a lot of work of mine is involving about IT, about data, and somewhere in between. This is always my dream to make the data relevant and practical, to make the things easy to access to many of us here. So therefore, Excel is one of the tools we could easily access. So this now we are going to learn about Excel macro. Okay, so that's enough intro about me. So we are going to the file. We have this file. Open the file. This is a normal Excel file, not a macro. If you have opened the file, please type number 1. If you haven't gotten the file, please type number 0 in the chat. If you've gotten the file, please type number 1. If you open it, if you have not, please type number 0. 0 and 1 means 1. Okay, good. Let's see. Okay, good. Many of you have gotten the file. Very nice. And Lina hasn't gotten the file. Let me send the file to the Zoom chat. Let me send it to Zoom chat. You need to download it and extract it here, yeah? If you're using online Zoom, you may not able to see the file. You need to join the WhatsApp group so that you're able to get the file. Okay, good. Anyone hasn't gotten the file, please type number 0 so that I'm aware. So I'm scrolling to make sure everyone is on the right page. Okay, good. Got the file. So there are a few ways to do the automation. Let me give you a big picture first. The macro or VBA. VBA is a programming language. Macro is to combine multiple actions into single action. So that's called macro. So there are few ways, there are two main ways of getting the macro of VBA in Excel. The first one is going through recording, and the second method is using programming. Recording, it has two subtypes. The subtype number 1 is using absolute recording, and subtype number 2 is called dynamic recording. Absolute means if I record it on the 5 records, it only works on the 5 records. Dynamic recording means if I record on doing the recording for the 5 data, next time I have 5,000, it still works. So this one is a difference between absolute and relative. And meanwhile, for the programming, it has two sub options as well. So we could use manual typing, the whole thing, or we could use generative AI, like ChatGPT, Copilot, and so on. And just curious, if you have a chance to learn, which one will you choose? 1, 2, or A, B? Please type in the chat. You can type more than one. I want to do a quick survey. Type in the chat. Which one will you prefer to learn? 1, 2, A, B. You can type more than one. Okay. A, B, A, B, A, B. Hey, no one want to do the recording, man. Wow, you all really want to do programming? Really? Oh my goodness. This is the first time I see people, they want to do the programming, typing that by themselves. A plus B law. Okay, good. Thank you for your encouragement. So I have a little bit more ideas. To make the thing a little bit easier, I will start with this one, recording, absolute. And then I will add on using this one, generative AI. And in between, I will show you something in between. This is called debugging. Debugging is called troubleshooting. So we will see how the progress looks like, yeah? Absolute recording is to give you a simple start. At least you have some early success to make you feel good. Yes, I could do it. Okay, that's the intention. And generative AI plus debugging, it allows you to explore more possibilities on your own. Okay, so I want to give you the way to craft your own solution and eventually troubleshoot, maybe upgrade your own solution. And yes, thank you. SY asks, do we need programming language? Not necessary, not necessary. At least you have some logical knowledge that is good enough. By using AI, if you know what are the things you want, you could prompt it. Just to give you a context. Last time I encountered this question is a premium tableware company, like the bowl plate, they use 14K gold to decorate the tableware. Very premium, very nice. I wanted to get one. Too expensive, cannot. This is a company, they are doing premium ware, premium tableware. So they have a R&D department, R&D department. Every now and then when the boss or the management wanted to see what are the things they have R&D, the boss want to see what is the product and how the things looks like, including picture. That is a tricky part. And because there are different R&D subgroup, some they premium, some they R&D on the cup, some they R&D on the plate, and some other stuff. So this person in charge, they need to combine multiple files into one. What she need to do is she need to manually copy paste, including resizing the picture, make sure it's aligned within the box of the cell. And furthermore, need to resort, resequence the whole thing. Really tedious. Normal Excel cannot handle. Even though with the recording, very difficult. Because the image size will get offset, will get so-called Larry, it will not align properly. Very difficult. So therefore, I use generative AI to do multiple prompt, one after another. I do testing, not good, prompt again, not good, prompt again, multiple times. It took me about 45 minutes, roughly about 45 minutes, complete the whole thing. Usually she will need to take about 4 to 5 hours just to compile multiple files and do the sorting and picture alignment. Very tedious task. Just by having this thing automated, she can complete the whole thing with one click of button while she go to washroom and come back. That fast, in less than 1 minute. Yeah. So I'm going to show you also depending on your questions. Yeah. So now we back to our file. Again, once you have opened the file, please type number 1. Just now it was setting the context. Now we are going to start. If you have opened the file, please type number 1. Yes. Good. So we are going to do the recording, a little bit keyboard, a little bit mouse, and I want to give you an idea by using recording alone with the right method, you are able to do automation, a lot of automation. On the very first worksheet, it has blank column. Observe, the blank columns is at the B, D, F, H. These are the 4 blank columns. And I want to do the automation. It is able to remove the blank columns irregardless of where they are. So this is the condition. When I move on to the test number 1, in the test number 1, the blank columns changes. It has more. You can see there's B, D, E, F, G, and J. Aha. If I go on to test number 2, A, the header changes. Just like it was on the row number 1, now it is at the row number 5, and it has more blank columns. So you can see the certain pattern here. The headers not always start at number 1, and the column, the blank columns is not always at the same place. We want to have a way for us to find out where the blanks are, and then based on the blanks, we remove them. So that is a logic behind. Now we go back to blank columns. There are a few ways to find out the blanks. On the right side, you will see it has 2 methods. Either you could use the mouse or you could use the keyboard. I'm going to use the mouse to demonstrate, and we want to do it together. Whenever we are doing recording, any single mistakes, it will be captured as well. For example, the mistakes. Go to different worksheet. Click certain things inside the Excel, moving the window. Everything is recorded. Yeah. Sometimes people say, how come my recording is not working? Most of the time, people do things, extra stuff, without knowing those actions are recorded. Almost everything is recorded. So now we want to practice the action before we start. Now everyone go back to blank columns. Go to blank columns. We're going to practice this one together. The same method for the Mac and Excel, Macs and Windows, they are the same. Now I go to row number 1. We go to row number 1. Click on the row number 1. Then we go to home. Going towards the right side, you will see something with a magnifying glass. It's called Find and Select. Click on the Find and Select and go to the 4th option. Say go to Special. Go to Special. Click on that. Go to Special. Inside Go to Special, choose blanks. So that means based on the selected row number 1, I want to find out where the blanks are. After that, click OK, and you notice the blanks are selected. If you are able to follow up to this step, please type number 2. Type number 2 if you are able to follow up to this step. If you cannot follow, the step is over here. Good, good. Subsequently, we go to the home, same place. Inside the delete, there's a small triangle on its side. Click on that small triangle and choose delete sheet columns. Delete sheet columns. Click on that and ta-da! All the blank columns disappears. If you're able to get this result, please type number 3. Ching, ching, ching. Yes. No, nice, so nice. Good, good. So these are the steps we are going to record. And let's undo. 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 What is the keyboard shortcut for undo? Quick pop quiz. What is the keyboard shortcut for undo? Type in the chat. Control Z. Yes, thank you. Thank you, SY. Thank you, Lim. Thank you, Cassandra. Thank you. Yes, Control Z. And you will notice for the step here, we are going to record after selecting row number 1. Just want to ask you why we do not want to record or remember the selection of the row number 1. Why? Do a guess, because I want to get you to do the thinking process so that you're aware why we are doing all these things. Why we want to not to select row number 1 in the recording. That means we need to select the header first before we run the macro. Why we want to do this one? Very good. Thank you, Wong. Different sheet, different row of the headers. Like just now, test number 1, the header, it was on the row number 1. Test number 2, the header, it moved down to row number 5. So by having this recording outside, so that means we can reuse in different sheet. Yeah. So by small tweak, it allows us to really reuse it. A lot of time people, they struggle. Somehow the thing not working. This one, this small thinking process, it's very, very powerful. Thank you, Wong, for responding. Very good. So now we are going to do the recording and do everything together. On the top of your screen, do you see developer? On your screen, do you see developer? Yes or no? Yeah, type in the chat. Do you see this developer? Yes or no? Okay. Yes, 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 yes. No. Okay. One no. No again. No again. Don't have. Oh. Pay lo. Pay. Then you upgrade. No, no, no. Just kidding. Just kidding. Drama, drama. You could add on or turn on this one by using this method. Go to any of the ribbon, any name on the top, any of the name, right click and choose customize the ribbon. Right click any of the name on the top, right click customize the ribbon. Inside customize the ribbon, on the right side, you will see something called developer. Developer. Check on the developer and then click OK. Check on the developer and click OK. Once you have done this one, type number 4 in the chat. Make sure your developer ribbon is there. Type number 4 once you can see developer. Good, good, good. Yes. Nice. Now we go to developer. Ching, ching, ching. Inside developer, and there are a lot of buttons here. We are not going to cover every of the buttons. We are covering this one, record macro. And we are going to cover here how to run the macro. Later on, we will learn a little bit about this Visual Basic. That means the coding behind the scenes. Okay, we're going to learn this one together. So now, we're going to start recording. Remember, after recording, almost everything is recorded. So be cautious. If you want to resize your screen to make it larger, do it now. Otherwise, later, whatever thing you do, recorded one, cannot argue one, yes, audit one, cannot say, no, I didn't. It's recorded. Okay, ready. Resize your screen, do whatever thing you need to do. Okay, done. Now, we're going to follow the step here. Select row number 1 before we start recording. Let's select row number 1. After that, we go to record macro over here. Record macro. And we are going to type the name called delete blank columns. Blank columns. No space in between them. Uppercase, lowercase is okay. Shortcut, leave it blank. Store the macro in this workbook. Good. Now, click OK. Once you click OK, everything is recorded. Now click OK. We repeat the step just now. We go to Home. Go towards right side, the magnifying glass. Click on that. Go to Special. Inside, go to Special. Choose Blanks. Blanks. And click OK. Only the blanks are selected. Good. Then we go to Delete. There's a small triangle next to Delete. Click on that and choose Delete Sheet Columns. Click on that. Now all the blank columns are gone. That's the end. Then we need to stop recording. Go back to Developer. Stop recording. And some of you may see this thing called Office Script. We are not using Office Script. Office Script is good if you are doing certain things, you want to do certain automation online. One limitation about Office Script at this moment for the recorded one is it's always fixed on the column. It doesn't go for dynamic. It's not yet for the recording. So if you see this one, just discard it. Just discard it. Okay. Good. So now this end of the recording. If you manage to complete the whole thing, type number 5 in the chat. Type number 5 in the chat. Whoosh. Good. Hey. Nice work. Nice work. Good job. Good job. We are going to do testing here. We're going to do testing. First, we need to undo. Undo. Control Z. Undo. And that's one thing you want to remember. After a macro change the file or the worksheet, we cannot undo. So this is the things we want to be aware. Sometimes when we do a lot of things in normal Excel, we make mistakes we can undo. But whenever we run a macro, then macro changes the file, maybe deleting the blank columns, adding worksheet, rename certain things, we cannot undo anymore. From that moment, all the previous history is gone. So therefore, for us to do testing, we just need to we need to duplicate the worksheet before testing. It's very, very important before testing. The reason is, once the macro change the worksheet or the file, we have no way to reverse it. So it's a bit troublesome. So rather than having us to copy and paste the original data, we just clone the original to the duplicate. Then we do a testing on the duplicate. If not working well, remove it, do some fix on the macro, and do the clone again. So once we are happy, we only save the whole thing. So that's whole intention to do testing. We are going to apply something here as well. Go back to our file. We are on the blank columns. Please teach me using the chat, how could I duplicate this worksheet or make a copy of this worksheet? What are the methods that you know? Please type in the chat. How could I clone or duplicate this worksheet? Blank columns. Control pull. Okay. Control pull. Very good. Control C. Control C may not be a good way because Control C doesn't duplicate the worksheet. Thank you, Lim, for teaching me. So we do this together. We do this together. A little bit faster way is to drag this worksheet towards right side while holding your Control key. For the Mac, I believe it's Command key. Yeah, dragging towards right side. You need to use mouse towards right side. and holding control or command key and let go of your mouse and ta-da! So this is how we could duplicate a worksheet. If you're able to duplicate the worksheet in this way or using the mouse right click, move or copy, create a copy and click OK. Whichever way you have duplicated the worksheet, please type number 6 in the chat. Type number 6 once you have duplicated the worksheet. Very good. Good. Okay. So we are going to do testing here. We're going to do testing here. First, the testing also something similar. We need to select the row before we start. We need to select the row before we start. So that is row number 1. Row number 1. To run the macro we have recorded, we go to macros. Go to macros. And you'll notice mine has more. Because I also use macro to automate some of my works. So I change this one. Yours, most likely you will only seeing one. You're only seeing one. Delete blank columns. Delete blank columns. Make sure you click on that one. Delete blank columns. And click run. If your recording was done correctly, you will see all the blank columns disappears. If you're able to get this result, type yay in the chat. Yeah. So this is a complete cycle of recording the macro. Yay. So nice. Good job. Well done, everyone. Yay. Nice. So this is the things we have tested over here. Now we want to bring the testing to the next level. We go to test number 1. Test number 1. Make the clone of this worksheet as well. I drag it towards right side while holding control key and let go of my mouse and it has the cloned worksheet. Do the testing, select row number 1, go to macros and run and it still works. So this is the power of using certain technique to do recording. Yeah, so now I want to invite you to do testing on the test number 2, make the clone and delete the select row number 5 and test it. If you are able to get the test number 2 done, please type done. Do it on your own for a while. Just make the clone and test it. See whether does it work. Once you have done, please type done in the chat. Yes, recording could be used in any worksheet within the same file. Yep, thank you as well for asking the question. If you want to have the recording to be applicable for any files, there is slightly different way of working. So I want to see your response. If your response is very encouraging, I will add on more. Last time I encountered a question. Some people ask me, hey, Ty, if I want to learn about macro or this thing, how long will it take? Last time I really conduct these sessions, really intensive. It took about 2 months. Evening class on every alternate days. 2 months. Really not easy. So at least you're aware. Yeah, it's possible. So at least you have something. All the files in the folder, yes, possible. Yeah, you could. It depends on the things you want to do. Macro is just like a program in your computer. You could do a lot more things. Yeah, for those of you have completed, duplicate the worksheet, test number 2, and test run. Once you have done, please have done in the chat. For some moment to let you experiment. Yes, that's good. Good. So now I want to gauge the confidence of you a little bit. With the steps provided, what is your confidence level to do the recording and then test the macro you have recorded? How many of you have the confidence? Presume the confidence level, the highest is 5, the lowest is 1. What is your level? Highest is 5, lowest is 1. With the knowledge, what you have learned up to just now. With the steps provided for you, or the instructions similar, how confident are you to do the recording and test it? Number 5 is very confident. Number 1, no confidence. Okay, what is the confidence level? We have 4, 3.8, 3, 5, 3. Okay. I want to say this one, except number 3. Between number 1 and number 5, except number 3, what is your confidence level? No midpoint. Either number 1, number 2, or number 4, number 5. Nothing in between. Nothing in the middle. What is your confidence level? Now forcing you to choose whether you are confident or not confident. No right, no wrong. No right, no wrong. Just want to make you a little bit confident. You can be, you can. Okay. So now we are going to do this one. I'm going to invite you to experiments on your own, because I want to let you all to go through the struggle on your own. And then based on your struggle, I'll be answering some of the questions. Go to the project number 1. Project number 1. If you're on the project number 1, please type number 1 in the chat. Type number 1 in the chat if you're on project number 1. Good job, good job. Over here, we want to delete blank rows. Just now blank column, huh? Now blank rows. We want to get rid of them. Project number 1, the blank rows are on the number 3, number 6, number 10. Task number 3, it has more blank rows. Task number 4, the column doesn't start from A, it starts from D. Something similar like just now. Just now it was column, now row. The steps are inside project number 1. This is the step. The only difference is the step number 0. The rest, step number 0 and also delete row. The rest, they are identical. How we start recording, stop recording, identical. Or also one more thing, the name also different. Cannot be the same name. Only these 3 are different. And I want to invite you to do it on your own. To make the thing much more interesting, I'm going to set the time limit. Give yourself how long will you need to do the recording? Something like just now. Give yourself a ballpark figure. How many minutes do you need? Type in the chat. How many minutes? Cannot combine law because vertical and horizontal not the same law. Cannot combine. How many minutes do you need to do the recording and to do a testing on your own? Do the guess. No right, no wrong. Because when I ask you to do a guessing, it presume you are guessing yourself maybe 10 minutes. If you are able to achieve in 5 minutes, that is a great improvement. You are underestimating yourself. If your estimate is 1 second, but you need 5 minutes, maybe there's estimation, you need to do some adjustment. No right, no wrong. Type in the chat, how many minutes do you need to do this on your own? Type in the chat. Suddenly so quiet. Okay, 2 minutes. How many minutes do you need? Uh-huh. 2 minutes. Okay. And the rest, very quiet. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. Okay. Good. So I'm going to give you all to have 2 minutes to do this on your own. In between, if you have any question, you start certain things, just redo again. Whenever you make a mistakes, just remember you could go back to macro and delete the macro and redo again. There's one small common mistake a person may be making is to forget stop recording. Remember to follow the step bar. It has start recording, stop recording. Must have stopped before you start testing. All start done. Okay, so I'm going to give you 2 minutes. I'm going to time it on my side, 2 minutes. And you have 2 minutes. And the time start from now. $30. Faster, faster. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Yes. Wow, I'm very impressed. Many of you managed to get it done. How many of you need more time? If you need more time, please type more. If you need more time, please type more in the chat so that I'm aware. I see there's a no response on the more time. Okay, good, good, good. Almost done, almost done. Yes, very good, very good. And how do you feel when you're able to complete on your own? For those of you who have typed done in the chat, how do you feel? Just curious. I just want to know. How do you feel? Bungle, yes. I made it. I made it. Okay. Wow, I feel like a party. How do you feel? Good shortcut way. Happy too. Oh, happy. Oh, yeah. How do you feel? Please type in the chat for those of you who have done. Okay. Did not need to apologize. It's okay. We have the recording afterward. Happy too. Very good. Very good. Yeah. When you see the recording, once you have done the recording, you know the mistakes to avoid. You can do a lot more things with recording. Very, very powerful. A lot of my own work, my own automation, I use recording. I'm not using a lot of things behind the scenes one. Okay, so this is what we have learned. And we are going to save the file. And then we're going to reopen it again just to make sure the macro stays with us. Okay, so we are going to do the next one. We're going to save and reopen. So now we go back to our file. We are going to save the file. The macro requires different file format, different file type. The normal Excel file cannot, because the normal Excel file, it will remove the macro and has certain reasons behind. Later on, when the time permits, I will share a little bit more. So now we just go to the file, save as. Go to File, Save As. Save As. We go to your folder. Go to the folder, and you want to save it as a macro enable workbook, and change the name to my macro, something like this. Save it, my macro, save it as a macro enable workbook. Okay, save as to this file. Let me do this. Okay. Where's the thing? I'm going to do something. It's not responding. Okay, after you have gotten the file, save it. Save it. Remember, save it as a macro enable workbook, yeah? Okay. It's save it to OneDrive. Yeah. Okay, never mind. Let me save it to my local computer. Let me save it again to my local computer, my macro. Okay, save. Just make sure the file is here. That is interesting, so weird. It doesn't have the file here. Have you saved the file? If you have saved the file, please type yes. If you have not, please type no. Just want to know. I hate this one. Okay, I need to turn on my OneDrive. Otherwise, it doesn't sync. Okay, after you have saved the file, close it. Close your macro file and reopen again. After you save it, it's not refreshing. The icon disappears. What happened to my computer? Okay, it should be this one. Open the file again. When you open the file, you will most likely receive this warning. Do you see this warning? Macro have been disabled. Enable content. Yes, you see this one. It's this one. I just want to know, honest reply. If you have encountered this button before, how many of you, what do you do? How many of you click this button? If you click this button, you type number 1. If you ignore this button, type number 0. If you click this button before, type number 1. If you ignore, type number 0. Okay, good. Thank you for your honest reply. It's very dangerous. Very dangerous. Yeah, this button allows the macro to run right after you click on this one. You don't need to go to developer macro, don't need. It has a way to run the macro automatically. Unless you trust the file, you only enable. Otherwise, do not simply enable. I have a macro that will destroy all your Excel file right after you click this button. Do not ask me to share this with you. I have tested, and even though the so-called antivirus cannot detect that, because that is a legitimate action. So do not simply click this one up unless you trust the file. Now we ask the next question. Can we trust ourselves? Yes or no? Let me know in the chat. Can we trust ourselves? Sometimes, okay, that's complicated. Yes. Some of you, okay, reluctant, choose not to answer. Maybe For this round, we choose to trust ourselves. Okay, can I? We trust ourselves for now. Okay. Uh, okay, later on, I will share with you certain things about the macro, doing some testing. Later on, I will share a little bit more. So now we enable content. Click enable content. And you rerun your macro again. Rerun your macro. Let me go back here. Because I only have delete blank columns. Delete blank columns, I just go here, developer, macros, and I choose delete blank columns, run, and it still works. If the macro still works for you, please type yay in the chat. Type yay in the chat if your macro still works for you. It should work. It should work. Yeah. You save it as a macro enable workbook. Good job. Good job. So this is the big picture, how we are able to use the macro recording to record the things that we are normally used and normally we need to do it manually. Now you could experience, you could do the recording on your own. Well done, well done. Good job, good job. So now I want to move on a little bit to share with you a little bit about certain thing about troubleshooting. Perhaps before we go on, I want to have a short break. Let's see, 10 minutes break for us to refresh ourselves. Then we come back and you will have much more clarity on the next topic. The next topic is going to be about how to do troubleshooting. That will requires you a little bit higher attention. Okay, so the next one is about the recording, about the troubleshooting or debugging. Okay, 10 minutes. I will put the timer on the screen for 10 minutes. Okay, enjoy your break. Ten seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. If you are back in the room, please choose an emoji of your choice. Choose an emoji of your choice and type in the chat. Welcome back, Fika. Welcome back, Miss Low. Yeah, choose an emoji of your choice and type it in the chat. Welcome back, Raymond. Yong, welcome back. Okay, good. Yeah. I can see you all feel much more fresher. Yes, good. So the next one, we are going to demonstrate the debugging. The debugging, debugging is a programming term. It means troubleshooting. Yeah, it's called troubleshooting. I'm going to show you the way. We want to understand a little bit how the recording works just now. And then we want to know how the, okay, let me type it out, how the recording works, how the code runs, or how the codes are generated behind the scenes. And we want to know how to use the Visual Basic Editor. So all the coding, all the things we have recorded is stored behind the scenes. Now we're going to enter the backstage and we are going to see how the things works. It's going to a little bit overwhelmed to some of you. So that's the reason why we have a short break to make yourself refreshed and we can do this together. So now, ding, ding, ding. We go to developer. For those of you who are using on single screen, this moment you just want to make sure your screen is aligned so that you can see everything clearly. If you're using multiple screen, very good. For those of you who are using single screen, make sure your screen do not overlap each other, just to make sure you can align later on. Now we go here. go to developer, go to the far left side, you have something called Visual Basic. Click on the Visual Basic and it will bring you to a place something like this. Something like this. Let me make it smaller. Okay. And just to make sure you do not, just to make sure the screens are not overlapping each other, I just align them half. If you are using single computer monitors or single screen, you want to make sure it doesn't block your Zoom screen as well. Maybe you want to make it half all these things, just to have a bit moment. Visual Basic open and align the screen, align the windows so that they do not overlap. If you get this thing done, please type number 1. Once you get this thing done, please type number 1. Okay, good. Thank you. Let's wait a little bit. We have not many people responded yet. Okay. I'm using their response, the chat, to gauge the pace here. If you are very responsive, I will add on more. Okay. Good. So now we are here inside the Visual Basic. Some of you may see certain things on the screen. Some of you may see nothing on your screen. It doesn't matter whether you see the things appears on the screen or doesn't. You could just close them and we're going to open them again. If you see something like this one, just close them. Because we're going to reopen them again and also give you some ideas how you are able to reopen it just in case that particular thing is closed. Now we go to View. Inside View, you go to Project Explorer. Project Explorer. Click on the Project Explorer and you will see something like this appears. You could make the size larger, smaller. You can resize it. Sometimes yours is outside of the window. If this is outside of the window, snap outside, you could just move towards the edge and somehow it will snap. Okay. If you are able to open Project Explorer, please type number 2 in the chat. Project Explorer. Okay, good. Inside Project Explorer, it shows all the files you are open at this very moment. And the file name, they are highlighted in bold. In my situation here, I have 2 files. One is a macro, my macro, and another one is a personal macro workbook. Yours could be more or could be just one file. Okay, and it has a folder view. Turn on the folder view. It allows you to see the thing in a much more organized way. Turn on the folder view, it makes the thing much more organized. If I turn it off, it's just a bunch of stuff here. Turn it on, it makes the thing I can collapse or expand. It makes the thing much more organized. And the next thing is, these are the worksheets available in my current file. Even though the worksheet is hidden, we are able to see the worksheet here. Okay. Modules are the recording we have done up to just now. Everything is inside here. Now we double click on the module 1. Double click. And you will see something appears on the right side. You can resize it. If this one is not full screen, you could make it full screen by selecting this button, maximize it. So this is the code we have recorded. Based on our action, it is turned into the coding behind the scenes. If you are able to follow up to this one, please type number 3. I just open the code, just double click and see the things. Turn off the toggle button. Okay. Very good, very good. You could close it. Okay, close the code. So this is the first part we want to make sure is there. And then later on, it will help us to do certain things. Second things we want to turn on is go to View, Properties window. Properties window. Click on the Properties window. Sometimes you will see it's on the side. Sometimes you will see it's floating. If it's floating, you could snap and go down and it will snap at the bottom. Yeah. You could move it around. So that's Properties windows. Once you have open Property windows, please type number 4. Type number 4 once you are on the Property windows. Okay. Good. Can show again. Good. Can. I go to View, Properties windows. Inside View. Just now View Project Explorer. Now we'll go to View Property window. Yes, this is the one. Okay. Got it. Very good. Properties windows allows us to do some adjustment on the particular worksheet or particular module. Currently, you see the module 1, the name is not descriptive enough. Whenever you are doing more and more macro, you want to keep the name descriptive on what it does. Otherwise, you may not have idea after you have a lot more macro. You have no clue at all. So now, let's use this moment to rename the module. Click on the module 1. Inside property window, it shows module 1. Double click on the name in the bracket, and you will see module 1 is highlighted. There's a naming convention, also called the standard, to name the module. On the module, the prefix is MOD. Prefix means the beginning of the word. Prefix MOD. Maybe this is called remove blank rows, remove blank columns. So I will just call remove blanks. No space in between them. Use uppercase, lowercase to make it easier to read. MOD usually is in lowercase. It's a prefix to indicate this is a module. Once you have done, press enter. So this is how we change the name. If you're able to follow up to this one, please type number 5. Type number 5 in the chat. Good. Good job. Good job. Now I'm going to demonstrate the relationship of the Visual Basic Editor and the Excel. I'm going to show you the relationship between them. I'm going to invite you to create a new worksheet in Excel. Create a new tab. Create a new tab. After you create a new tab, you notice the name is called sheet number 2. Sheet number 2. If you are able to create a new tab, sheet number 2, please type number 6. Number 6, if you are able to get this thing done. Good. On the Visual Basic, the VB, inside one of the sheet, it also called sheet number 2, like this. You see this? The sheet number 2 is inside the bracket. The bracket is the name it shows on the screen. And you will see on the side is called sheet number 3. The sheet number 3 is the name for VB. The name inside in VB. So that means when we want to use programming to control this particular worksheet, we want to use the name here. And you will see that inside the bracket is called sheet 2. So that is the name shown on the Excel. Name shown on the Excel. So we just know a little bit. Okay. So now we're going to change the name inside Excel from sheet number 2 to the name called data. We go to double click sheet number 2 and change the name to data. Yeah, change the name to data. And you'll notice Visual Basic also change at the same time. If you are able to follow up to this one, please type number 7. Number 7, if you are able to follow up to this. Mm-hmm. Very good. Very good. So this is changing on the worksheet, and you can see it change inside the Visual Basic. Now we click inside the Visual Basic. Make sure you click on the data. Then you go to the properties window. That is something called name. Something called name. Go towards the end of the data and type version 2. Data space version 2. And press enter. Data space version 2. Once you change the data space version 2, you notice the name also updated. The one on the Excel also updated at the same time. So if you see these changes, please type number 8. Okay, good, 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 good. So these are the things you can see. We can do it inside here. So we want to do one more thing here. We go and hide the worksheet data V2. Inside Excel, we hide this data V2 worksheet. Right click, hide. And the data V2 is not visible in Excel. Can we see the data V2 in Visual Basic? Yes or no? Please type in the chat. Can you see this one? It's still visible. So that means even though the worksheet is hidden in Excel, we can see everything here. Everything here. Yeah, good job, good job. Now we want to turn it on to show it visible again. Inside Visual Basic, click on the data V2. Click on data V2 and go towards the properties window. Visible, visible. Change this one to visible. Change it to visible. After you change it to visible, do you see the data V2 appears in Excel? Yes or no? Let me know in the chat. Yes, yes. So that means we are able to either manually or using programming to turn on or turn off or hide or show certain worksheets. So this is very useful. And if you are working with a file with a lot of tabs, you could ask later on, we can do the recording to hide all the tabs, and we can do another recording to show the tab. Yeah, it makes the thing very, very interesting. So, okay, good. So we are here. So we are done the intro about this part. The next thing is we want to observe how the recording works. We go to data V2. If you're on the data V2, please type number 1. Type number 1 if you're on the data V2. Good, good, good. We're going to do certain things here. I can do certain things. We want to be a bit chillax, chill and relax, a bit chillax to do some testing here. How we normally use Excel, and you will observe how the recording is captured. Okay, now we are going to do this. Yeah, we are going to do recording. Now let's select cell B2. Let's select cell B2. We make sure we are here. Then we go to developer, record macro, and you will ask us for the name, macro name. We type a name called chillax, chillax1. Just for fun. Chillax1, no shortcut key, store in this workbook. And click OK. Right after you click OK, go to Visual Basic, you will see Module 1 appears. If you see Module 1 appears in your Visual Basic, Please type number 2 in the chat. Very good. So every recording we have after we have opened the file, Excel will automatically create a new module. If you close, save, and reopen the file and do multiple recording, your module is getting longer and longer. You are going to have more and more. Eventually, you can combine them by copy and paste them together. So these are the things we are going to experiment after this. Double click on module 1. Double click on module 1. Usually after recording is inside here. Make sure you go to your macro file. The macro file, go towards the end somewhere. Another way, if you turn off the folder, it might be on the top. See, it should be inside here. I just turn on the folder. It's much more easier for me to find. Usually it's inside here. Go to module 1, double click. Make it larger so that I can see everything in the single screen. Yours don't have this one. Okay, I'll remove this. Go back to Excel. Sometimes when we are doing some data entry, and some people, they have the tendency to click on the same cell before they're doing any data entry. Currently, my cell is selected on B2. So we want to click on B2 again. Let's click on B2 again. Do you see the recording capture the action? Yes or no? Yes. Yes. Yes, you got it. So that means click on the same cell is also equals to one action. Oh my goodness, really? Yes, this is how the recording behave. Some people, they click on the same cell before they key anything. This is the culprit, or this is the habit causes the recording not accurate. Okay, now we just aware. Then we tap Hello Excel. We tap Hello Excel and you press Enter. Tap Hello Excel and press Enter. After you tap Hello Excel and press Enter, how many lines do you see it appears on the Visual Basic? How many lines? 1, 2, or 3? Type in the chat. How many lines do you see it appears? Two lines. Yes. Yes, 2 lines. So for us, we enter data or we key in the data. For us is 1 action. Towards Visual Basic, it is 2 actions because it has 2 lines. Each line is 1 action. So this is also a common struggle a person may encounter when they are doing the recording. So now we want to experiment. Just now I mentioned, if let's say I do some unnecessary work without knowing the behavior of the recording, I may cause something I don't want. Okay, let's do this. We're on the data V2. We go to any worksheet on the left or right, any worksheet on the left or right, doesn't matter. Just you can use your mouse or you can use your keyboard, they are the same. I click on the next worksheet and you can see the worksheet names appears. Click some things inside the worksheet. It is also recorded. Go back to data V2. And whatever thing I have done on this worksheet, it is recorded. See, everything. Almost everything is recorded. Now, if I make the size larger, recorded, make the row height taller, also recorded. Yeah, it's recorded. How about formatting? Make it bold, underline, italic, change the size. Does it recorded, yes or no? You test it and let me know. If I do some formatting, will this be recorded? Yes or no? Yes, 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 everything. Recording is so powerful if we know what are the mistakes to avoid. So these are the common mistakes I have shown you. Click on the same cell, doing some data entry and press enter. For us, it's one action. Actually, Excel is two actions. Go to do some other things. We presume nothing happened. Actually, everything is recorded. Cannot, can do. You test it and tell me. You test undo, see whether does it work. Okay, before maybe I type something here, AA, BB, CC, DD. I'm still recording. I can press Control Z and you can see it's still able to undo. Certain part only, certain part, I press Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. And the movement, all these things, some yes, some no. Example, changing the cells, everything, yes. If I go to other worksheet and simply do some other things, this cannot. Yeah. If I just undo again, certain things it cannot undo. Moving to a different worksheet, it doesn't know specifically. So if I undo, you can see everything disappears, the data entry. Bit troublesome lah. Okay. So now we have, let me type it, hello Excel again. Hello Excel. And do some other work just to make sure I have something like this one here. Widen, make it taller. So now we have done this part. Another things after we have done the recording, we need to stop recording. If let's say I did not stop recording, so the question is, can I run this macro without stop recording? Make a guess, yes or no? Make a guess. Okay. No. Okay. Very good guesses. Thank you for your participation. In our mind, when recording shouldn't be start another one running, let's test it. We go to macros. Can you see the chillax one? Yes, you can see it's chillax one. Let's run it. On the Excel screen, you see no changes. In the code, do you see it runs chillax one? Yes or no? Yes. Oh my goodness. Running a macro also recorded. Now we aware these are the things. Stop recording is very important towards the end. Okay, so now we know this thing happens and we're going to do certain things later on. And this is enough testing. We stop recording now. We stop recording. Stop. Okay. This one, discard. Okay, I discard. I'm not using the Office script. If you are able to finish and follow up to just now, please type number 3 in the chat. Type number 3 if you are able to follow up to just now. Good job. Now we realize we have created a macro that we don't need. I don't want this one. There are 2 ways to get rid of the code here or the macro here. One, we can go to macros and delete from here. Another way, we can remove directly from here. Just be cautious. Macro starts with the word sub, and the last line is end sub. Whatever in between them belongs to the macro called chillax1. It's called chillax1. If I want to remove, select the entire block and delete. So we're going to delete this one together using manual way. Select the whole thing. Remember to include the sub and end sub. and press delete, and it disappears. Once it disappears, we go back to macros, and you will notice the chillax disappears as well. Yeah, they are interrelated. If I'm able to follow up to this one, type number 4. Good job, good job. So this is a little bit about recording. And now I'm going to show you so-called the debugging or troubleshooting. We're going to do some recording together, and then we are going to do some troubleshooting together. Okay. Go to the worksheet just now, data V2. Remove everything from this worksheet. Remove everything. I just select the entire worksheet and delete everything. If you're able to delete everything from a data V2, please type number 1. We're going to restart the next one. Okay. Type number 1 once you remove everything from data V2. Very good. Very good. We're going to do some simple data entry, and then we will see the recording. And we will see how the things work. We go to developer, record macro, and we have to give a name called data entry. Give a name called data entry. No shortcut key. Store in this workbook. Store in this workbook. After that, click OK. And you will see data entry appears on the right side or inside the Visual Basic. If you're able to see this one, please type number 2. That means you're on the right track. Good, 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 good. Now, I want to, okay, let's state the intended outcome, the intended outcome. So on the active, on the selected cell, I want to show this wording, show hello Excel. And yeah, just show the wording hello Excel. I just want to have something like this one. Keep it simple. If I click on A1, when I run the macro, it will show hello Excel. If I click on the cell B9, when I run the macro, it will show hello Excel. So that is the intended outcome. So now we are going to do recording incorrectly, and I will show you how to use the recording to fix it. We click on the cell A1, even though we are there, click A1, you notice the line appears. We just notice. Continue with the data entry called hello Excel and press enter. If you're able to key in the data and you're able to see these 3 lines on your Visual Basic, please type number 3. Good, good. After that, we stop recording. We stop recording. Okay, discard this one. We're going to run the macro and test it. I go to different cell. Let's choose C5. C5. When I run the macro, I expect to see the word hello Excel appears on C5. Is my expectation. We run the macro and see whether does it work. Go to macros, data entry, run. Nothing happened. Yeah, can your one works? Does it work? I go to C5, I go to macros, run. Cannot work. Cannot. Yeah. When something is not working, we want to troubleshoot. Okay, troubleshoot. 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 Okay. In the programming term, it's called debugging. We want to catch the bug, cockroaches lah, all the worms lah, all these things. We want to debug. We want to remove all the bugs here. Macro run too fast, and we have no idea which one having some problem. We have no idea. So that's a moment we go back to the code here, data entry. Make sure you click the cursor within sub and end sub within here. So within this block, you could click at the very beginning, at the very end, or somewhere in between, as long as within this block. Okay. To run in the slow motion. So now we run fast, now we want to run slow-mo. Slow-mo means slow motion. We want to see the code run slowly one by one. We want to see which line of the codes are not working. Okay, so we're going to do this. Go back to Excel. Okay, just remove everything. Go back to Excel, remove everything. And we click on C5 again. Remove everything, click on C5. If you are able to get this thing ready, please type number 4, just to make sure we are ready. Good, good, good. Go back to Visual Basic. Click one of the, make sure the cursor is within the sub and end sub. Click the cursor within sub and end sub. You go to debug. There's an option says step into. What is the keyboard shortcut for step into? Please type in the chat. What is the keyboard shortcut? Mac and Windows slightly different. Windows is F8. Mac, I can't remember what is the shortcut key. It's another one. F8. Very good. Later on, we are going to use F8. Some of your computer, you were not able to press F8. When you press F8, it becomes a brightness, volume, and so on. If that thing happens, you want to add on function key, particularly on the laptop. When you press F8, it becomes a brightness, volume, all these things. Later on, you just add on the function key, hold down the function key. Usually the function key is on the lower left corner of your keyboard. Usually it's over there. Hold down a function key and press F8. Later on, we are going to use this shortcut key. Now, do not click, just go back to the code again. Let's go back to the code. And we are going to press the shortcut key, F8. When you press F8 once, you will see there's a yellow line appears. If you see the yellow lines appears on your code, please type number 5. Type number 5 if you are able to see the yellow line appears. That means you're on the right track. Make sure you are click inside here. If you click outside, you will not have this thing. The yellow line indicates it's going to start running this particular line. It's not run yet, It is about to run this line. The one in the yellow is about to. Okay. To continue, we press F8. Some of your computer, you need to press function F8. So let's press F8 to continue to the next part. Press F8. And it is about to run this line. So it's something to do with A1. Our cell is on the C5. Let's run this part. Press F8. And you notice the cursor, the active cell, it goes to A1. Continue. F8. The second line shows the wording, Hello Excel. And press F8 again. The active cell moves to A2. And now we are at the end sub. Press F8 again to complete the whole running. If you're able to follow up to just now, please type number 6. So this is how we troubleshoot line by line by having two screens side by side. And we can observe. What does it mean by this line? You can observe. Based on your observation, which lines are not serving us our purpose here? Is it line number 1, number 2, or number 3? Which line? 1, 2, 3. Which line are not serving? Okay, number 1 is not serving. Any other lines are not serving? Yeah, number 1 is not serving us here. Is number 2 okay? Number 2 is okay. Yes, you are right. It shows the word hello, Excel. How about number 3? Is number 3 serving us? Number 3 is serving us? Not really. It depends on the situation here. It's optional. To make the thing much more cleaner, is it good to remove number 3? Yes or no? Is it good to remove number 3? So it doesn't go to A2 at the end. It's better to remove, right? Yeah, better to remove. Very good. After we know all these things, we realize line number 1, we don't need. Line number 2, we want to keep it. And line number 3, we want to remove it. When you are doing some troubleshooting, sometimes we are not sure. We are not sure. We just want to temporarily skip few lines. Right? Skip few lines. So we just want to ask the running or the macro, ignore this for now until we test it, confirm we don't need, we only remove. Now we just want to temporarily skip few lines. To skip few lines, we want to use the use command. To comment the particular line, we use single quote apostrophe. Go towards the beginning of the first line. Beginning of the first line. You want to go to very, very beginning, or here also can. Just before the word R, you just type single quote. When you go down, you will notice the entire line change to green color. Green color means Excel or the VB will ignore those lines. It will not run. Go to next one. Just a single quote again. Just add a single quote in front. Like this one. Add a single quote in front. Once you have added the single quote, yeah, make sure you added this one. Make sure it's a green color. Once you added the single quote, please type number 7. Type number 7. Make sure you have added a single quote. Yeah, this is to skip these 2 lines. We want to confirm after testing. We want to test. Okay. Go back to Excel. Remove everything. Remove everything in Excel. Then we go to C5. We want to show the word hello Excel on C5. Show the word hello Excel. Now we go back to Visual Basic. Click one of the cell, one of the lines between sub and then sub. What is a shortcut key to run the code in slow-mo or debugging? What is the shortcut key again? F what? Let me know in the chat. What's the shortcut key? F8. Yes, thank you. F8. Now press F8 in a slow motion and observe the changes on the Excel. Press F8. Start with data entry. Press F8. It's going to run the word hello Excel. And you notice it skipped the A1. Run. It shows this one. Towards the end, press F8 to complete the whole cycle. Yes, got it. If you're able to get this result, please type number 8. Number 8 if you're able to get this result. Yay! Good job, good job. Nice, nice. So now I click on different cell. We test again. We go to B2. B2. Since we know the code, it works, we want to run a little bit faster as to see the behavior. We go to macros. Run, make sure I select data entry and run. And it goes something like this one. Sometimes it goes back here. Sometimes it goes back here. You go up here, there's something called, looks like a play button. It says continue. Let me zoom in. Yeah, this button. Or you could press F5 to let it run until the end. Press F5 to run until the end. Okay. Now, if I go to different cell, be it macro, run. Hey, why it doesn't work? It should work. Okay, can. So you can see it's able to output the data entry on the cell we have selected. And if you're able to get this result, please type number 9. Do some testing. Once you've gotten the result, type number 9 in the chat. Good, 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 good. Very good, very good. Now this part, very good, done. So this is about recording and a little bit of the troubleshooting. Up to just now, any questions? Up to just now, any questions? Seeing none. Okay, if you have any question, you can type in the chat. Now we know this part is able to get the code running, and we have experience using the recording. We also gone through the step of doing some troubleshooting. And the next one I'm going to bring all of us to go through is to use AI to generate the code for us. Okay. We go back to our file. Okay. See. Yes, we go to the worksheet called Pangram. After test number 6, Pangram. Pangram means a sentence. It has all 26 alphabet. Okay, Pangram. If you're on this worksheet, Pangram AI, please type number 1 in the chat. Type number 1 in the chat if you're on this worksheet. Good job, good job. And what's not so right about the data here in the column A? What's not so right about the data here? Type your observation in the chat. What's not so right? Capital, small letter. Yeah. You can see very ugly, not presentable. YOLO. In your work, have you encountered something like this one? Not exactly like this one, but something like this. Maybe the uppercase, lowercase, they are not in the way we want. Sometimes it's just a mess. Have you encountered this kind of work, this kind of data in your work? It's a bit troublesome. When we are encountering this kind of data, there are a few ways to handle the data, handle this kind of situation. Some people may be manual data entry, everything again. Sometimes people may be using a function. To make the whole thing to uppercase, we can use a function called upper. To turn them into lowercase, we make it as lower. And sometimes we want to make the first letter to uppercase, there's something called proper. So these are the functions we could use. But sometimes we want to make the thing a little bit faster. So this is the intention. The intention is we want to select partial of the data, whichever things we want to change, and we run the macro, and the macro will change the selected cell to uppercase. If you want to type the coding ourselves, it will take a while. Now we are going to use our AI to help us to generate the code for us. The prompt is pretty straightforward here. You scroll towards right side and something like this one. We are asking AI to write Excel VBA to change the selected range, not everything, only the selected range to uppercase. Just curious, what is your AI tools that you use regularly? What's AI tools that you use regularly? Please type in the chat. Is it Copilot, Gemini, ChatGPT, Perplexity, Grok, what else? DeepSeek, what other things? Okay, Gemini, ChatGPT, Copilot. Okay, good. Now, open your favorite AI tools. Open them now in your browser. The result is the same thing. Okay, I'm just doing a demonstration. I'm using ChatGPT. How it behaves is similar. After that, you type this prompt, or you could copy this prompt to the chat. Write Excel VBA, change the selected range to uppercase. After that, you send. And it runs for a while. If you are able to see the code in your AI tool, please type number 2. Type number 2 if you are able to see the code in your AI tools. Yes, very good. On the upper right side, you will see a button like this one. It allows you to copy the code. Now we just click on this one, copy the code. The reason is using the copy code is a little bit safer. If I manually select, I may omit certain lines at the bottom. I may do this. I may make this kind of mistakes. Just copy code. It allows us to copy everything. Then we go back to Excel Visual Basic. Just now our recording is called data entry. There's a sub. There's end sub. After end sub, you go towards the end. You could press enter to have multiple lines. Whenever we want to paste a new code, we want to paste it outside of the sub and sub, outside of them, either at the very beginning or at the very end, just outside. Then you paste the code. If you're able to paste the code to your Visual Basic, please type number 3. After you paste it, please type number 3. Good job. After we paste, we want to make sure we copy completely. To check have we copied completely, we want to compile it. Compile is just check the code, the structure, the syntax, or the grammar. To check the text or the grammar, we go to debug. The first one, it says compile VBA project. Compile VBA project. Click, and when you see nothing appears, that means it's okay. When you see error message appears, that means something not so right. If you're able to compile without error, please type number 4. Yeah. Let me demonstrate what will happen if I make a mistake for copying. Let me remove. If I copy partially and I forgotten last 2 lines, I copy. When I go back to VB, I paste it. It looks okay until I compile. If I compile, you can see there's something. So that's the reason why we do not want to select partially on our own. We use copy code. Okay, I go back to ChatGPT, copy, and paste the whole thing. Then compound. Very good. Now we go back to Excel. Go back to Excel. Go back to Excel. Inside Pangram, select partial of the data. Select partial of the data, not everything, partially. Then we go to developer, macros. We're going to run the macros. And depending on your name, the name may not be exactly the same. Based on the name you have, you chose that name. Choose that name. After that, click run. When you click run, only the selected cell will change to uppercase. If you're able to get that result, please type number 5. Type number 5 if you're able to get the result. Yes. Imagine. Okay, now asking yourself, if you are going to type all these things, whatever code AI generated for you, will you think it's easy or will it be difficult? You're going to type all this in yourself. It's going to be easy or going to be difficult? Going to be tough. Yes, you're right. Very difficult. So we just know all these things. If let's say sometimes the things is not working so well, we could use debugging to go through slowly one by one and see which lines is not serving us, and we can ask AI to fix it for us. And maybe the logic is not working well, we could ask AI to fix it for us as well. So whatever thing you have learned up to just now is very, very useful to use AI to come out your own macro automation. Very, very useful. And if you want, you can use this one to carry makan. Earn some extra pocket money. It's possible. Minimum possible. Okay, so now we go back to the question just now. With the knowledge up to just now, would you have a higher confidence to automate your manual work in Excel? Number 1 is the lowest. Number 5 is the highest. Skip number 3. Key the number in on the chat. Yeah, we can use the automation, something similar in the Word. Do you have a better confidence now? Yes, you have better confidence. 3.5, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. Hey, how come no one is number 5, eh? What is this? Confidence a bit lah. Can trust yourself lah. Can 4.9. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's better than number 4. Yeah, these are small data. The huge things people do, they start with something small. Yeah. Okay, since all of you has a little bit more confidence, so now I want you all to challenge yourself a little bit. Let's see. Go to this one. Want to project number 3. Project number 3. This one it was uppercase, ma. So I want you all to do project number 3. Make it as lowercase. Make it as lowercase. Do it on your own, and you have 2 minutes to get this thing done. Okay. Let you experience it for a while, and then you have more questions after that. I'm sure. So you have 2 minutes to go through project number 3, and the 2 minutes starts from now. One more minute. Thirty seconds. 20 seconds. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. End time. Yes. Okay, many of you managed to get it done. Very nice. Very happy. Very good. Very good. Very good. Wow, so nice. I just want to know, how do you feel at the very beginning of the session and up to just now, you know a lot more. How do you feel? I just want to know. Type in the chat. You can use emoji or you can type in the chat, whichever you prefer. Cassandra, yes, party. Okay. At the very beginning, you may have a bit doubtful. Now you have gone through, you also completed the project and you have experienced it yourself. How do you feel? How do you feel? Yes, high five. Uh-huh. Yes, very good. It feel good. Yes. Power. Yes. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah. So now, just now, let me recap about what are the things we have learned up to just now. Ching, ching, ching. This session is about let's see. This, okay. We are doing the learning about macro or VBA. Just now we mentioned we have two ways of doing the macro or VBA. Either we could use recording or we could use programming. For the recording, still remember what are the two ways of doing recording? Still remember? Have absolute. What's the next one? Relative. Yes, relative. For the programming, it has two ways. We can type ourselves, or we could use what's the thing? Just now, what we have gone through? What we have gone through? AI, yes. And we have gone through the between these two, that is something called debugging. See how we have gone through the absolute recording. We work the screen side by side, and we also learn how to do debugging plus using AI. Nice, oh, nice. So now I want to give you a final challenge. See how you are able to do this on your own. Final challenge. Let's go to project number 4. Similar garbage data, a lot of rubbish. And to make the thing worse, in project number 4, it has multiple spaces between them. Multiple spaces. Boss say don't want. Or whenever you have multiple spaces, only leave one space behind. In Excel, the function to achieve this one is called trim. And just now we have gone through to make it as uppercase and lowercase. Because we are using multiple macro for different purposes, it will be a little bit too many at the end. And boss wants to make the thing concise. Whenever we run a macro, it will prompt us what to do. Something like this, what to do. And if you want to make the whole thing uppercase, we type number 1 to make it as uppercase. Type number 2, we make it as lowercase. Or type number 3, we make it as proper case. Proper case means capitalize each word. The first letter is uppercase. So we want to have a prompt whenever we run, and we choose 1, 2, 3, and it will do the conversion. Plus, it will remove the extra spaces using trim. So this is what we are. This is your final challenge in project number 4. Yeah, project number 4. If you want to see the prompt, is something like this one. Project number 4. Once you have done, please type done in the chat. So give you 2 minutes lah. Okay, 2 minutes. Extra 1 more minute, 3 minutes. Last 30 seconds. 20 seconds. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Okay, good. How many of you need more time? If you need more time, please type more in the chat. If you need more time, please type more. The purpose is to make sure you complete this finale project on your own and let you feel, I could do it. Okay, if you need more time, type more in the chat. Good. Okay. Well done. So this is the things we have covered up to just now. And I want to use a little bit of the time towards the end for you to ask questions. So now you could unmute yourself to ask, or you could just type in the chat. Yeah. So now it's a Q&A time. I want to make sure to make the thing relevant by having you ask questions. Maybe you have some ideas. Is it possible to automate in macro? Yeah, you could ask those kind of questions. Any questions? Okay, very good. You have no idea which part to ask. All right. If there's no question, can we use it for data cleaning? Atira asked this question. The answer is yes. And I would not recommend for data cleaning. I would not recommend because there's another tools much more easier than macro. And we call it as Power Query. Power Query is very, very useful. Yesterday, I just conducted one training to an automotive company. They have a lot of data, and I show them how they are able to do data cleaning. And sometimes when we know the data cleaning, we have no idea what is the end result we want to have. We have no idea. So I have a book called Rock of Data, the first book. This book, it shows the participants a framework. When they are seeing the data with this kind of pattern, they need to clean it. So Power Query is very, very useful. Is it possible to automate, like when receiving a file from others, auto hide those unwanted tabs and will receive the same file a few times per quarter? Okay, yes, the answer is yes. When you open the file, you want it to auto hide certain thing from your macro file. Yes, the answer is yes. And yep, William, maybe later on you could check out the video again. And because the pace is a little bit faster, when the video is recorded, when the video is ready, you can go slower with the video. Okay, William. Yes. Any other question? To auto hide, yes, auto hide is possible. You could do the recording. To the second thought about for Xingjie question, do you need to? Is it always a different file that you receive from email? Is it different file? Or is from email? Emails will be a different file. Sometimes different file. Okay, good. If that's the case, right, you want to make sure your macro is available inside the computer so that whatever files you open, you don't need to record the macro again. So it's already there. So that's called personal macro workbook. Thank you, Cynthia, for your question. I'm going to add on one topic called personal macro workbook. Sometimes what up to just now, our macro is together with the file. When the file is closed, the macro disappear, cannot use. So we want to make sure the macro is always available in the computer, no matter what file we are opening at this moment. Okay, so this is called personal macro workbook. And just, are you okay with the extra topic? Yes or no? Please type in the chat. Are you okay with the extra topic? Yes or no? Let me know in the chat. Yes. Okay, happy to have. Let's ask this question. What should we do if we are unable to run the macro after save to macro enable workbook? Okay, so this is very interesting. Let me answer this question before I go for extra topic. Usually when the macro, okay, let me draw it on the screen. So it makes things easier. Okay, yes. This could happen if this is the file, this is the normal Excel file. Then after you have done some record macro, after that, you save it. Okay, save as macro enable workbook. Yep, you have this file, macro enable workbook. And somehow when you open the, okay, after you save it, this one, it works. This one, the macro will be available whenever you enable. The things like just now, it could happen is the person, the file with the macro, after record macro, and whenever it's saved, it will prompt something like remove VBA feature, something like this one. When the person say yes, and continue to save the file, this is a normal Excel file. The macro will disappear right after we close the file. Right after we close this file, it will disappear. When they open again, then the second time, the person, oh, realize I forgotten to save as a macro enable workbook. After this is removed, they only save as macro enable workbook. It's too late. Usually this is the case. This is what I observe lah. It may not be true to your situation. Yeah, you want to check how the things happens. Okay, let's see the file. Yeah, the macro, the file with the macro, yes, you can share with others. When you share with others, the person need to do two things. When the file or the Excel with macro, when you share with others, usually when we share with others, we either via email, via Teams, or maybe WhatsApp, or some other methods. All these things is called internet. It's via internet. Okay. Whenever it's via internet, a newer version of Windows, I believe most of you are using Windows 10 or 11, it has extra protection. All the files downloaded from internet, all these things from above, so it will be locked by default. So that means when the file is locked, we cannot run the macro. So to overcome this one, the step required is, the first one is to unlock, and okay, they call it unblock the file. Secondly, only need to open the file and enable the content. That means the macro lah. How to unblock the file? You just, after you download the files, okay, let me add on this step here, just for you to aware. Right click the file and choose properties. And inside properties, you will see there's an option called unblock. This is only true for the file you download from internet. Like here, this is not Excel, it's not Excel, it's from email. It should be from email. Email, Teams, WhatsApp, all these things considered as internet. Okay, hope this one address a question. Let's see the next one. The next one is, can use the macro for some simple data validation for number and alphabet? Another question is, can macro perform automation like auto calculate or perform some link formula between sheet? Shared service. Yes, can. Yeah, there's two questions. The first one, can we do using data validation? Yes, we could. Or sometimes we can use AI to help us highlight the things. Based on the things we have highlighted, find those invalid date. You can ask if highlight in red color. Macro could do for you. The AI could do for you. There's one way. Yeah, we can use it to link the formula, ring the cells, everything. Yes, it's possible. When we are working with multiple files, something you want to aware. Now work with multiple files. That means more than one file. The macro recording works with a certain caveat, because the file name, file names are different, is not the same. And the file folder is not the same. They are not the same. These two things you want to be considered. To overcome this one, okay, to overcome this. You want to do the recording. Outside of the recording, you want to do something like this one. You want to open the file first and make sure it is same file name. Whenever it's same file name, when you open, the macro able to recognize it. During recording, also during the running of the macro. So this is another way to work around. Okay. So now we go to the extra topic. If you are ready for the extra topic, please type number one. Number one, if you are ready for the extra topic. Ching, ching, ching. I'm so happy. Is it able to use macro to identify any changes? Yes, this one. Yes, and better to use Power Query. Okay, there's one question from there's one question. Is it possible to use macro to compare to find the changes between two files? The answer is yes. As yes, not necessary to use macro. There's another option. It's called Power Query. Also, depending on the data itself. If the data has a lot of blanks, macro is better option. If the data has not much of blank and you can remove all the blanks, Power Query is better option. So now we go back here. Yes, go here. On my screen, I see there's something called personal. Now look at your Visual Basic. Do you see this personal? Yes or no? Let me know in the chat. Do you see this personal? Yes or no? No. Yeah, don't have law. In your Visual Basic, yeah? Don't have personal, huh? Yeah. This personal, it means personal macro workbook. And if you go online and search, some people will call it PMW. PMW, personal macro workbook. What it does, it makes the macro available for all files in your computer. Whenever you run Excel, this one is loaded automatically behind the scenes. So that means when this file is open, when your Excel open, you can run all the macro. To make the macro available for all the files, you want to keep your macro here. Currently, you don't have this one. We need to create this macro. We want to create this file first. To create this file, we go back to Excel. We do this together. Go to Developer, Record Macro. The name doesn't matter. Store this in Personal Macro Workbook. The name doesn't matter. Remember, change it to Personal Macro Workbook. After that, click OK. After that, click OK. After click OK, go back and stop recording. Stop recording. If you're able to follow up to just now, please type number 2. Just start recording and stop recording. That's all. That's all. Huh? So simple one. Yeah. So simple. It's that simple. Really, it's that simple. And you go back to your Visual Basic, you will see there's something called personal.xlsb. Yes, that step is to create this file. That step. That's it. The easiest way. Just start and stop. And you go to your modules, you will see something called Module 1. Double click on your Module 1, you will see the macro you have recorded just now. We don't need this one. Remove this one. To remove this module, right-click on that module, right-click and choose Remove Module 1. Right-click and choose Remove Module 1. It will ask you to export it. To export. We don't need to export because it's just a testing. We choose No. Choose No. And if you are able to remove the module 1, please type number 3 in the chat. Very good. Very good. You got it. Okay. Just now we have something called remove blank rows, remove blank columns, and we have named the module. Do you have these modules? Modules remove blanks. Just now we have it. Mine only have remove blank columns. Yours will have extra remove blank rows as well. Do you have this one? Yes or no? Let me know in the chat. Yes, you have it. If you follow from beginning up to just now, you should have this one. And we want to make the variable. We want to make the remove blank rows and remove blank columns available to all the files we are going to open in the future. Right? We want to make this one available. To make a copy from this macro to the personal macro workbook, we just use the mouse to drag and drop. Drag from the top and move towards personal. Just move towards personal and drop it. And drop it. Go to the modules for the personal. You will see MOD remove blanks. You will see something like this one. When you double click, you will see the same code. Double click, you're able to see the same thing here. If you're able to get this result, please type number 4. Number 4, if you're able to get this result. Very good. And you can see I have a lot more than that. I have a lot more. Yeah, all these things is my own macro. It helps me to do some work. Good. And so now we are going to make sure the macro we have created, the personal macro workbook, is safe with us. So we're going to do this together. We're going to do this together. Let's see. Yeah, we should do this. We should do this. Go back to your Excel. Go back to Excel. We are going to close the file. We are not going to close the Excel first. I'm going to close the file. We use the keyboard shortcut Control W. Control W. And of course, it will ask you to save your macro file. Just say yes lah, because we have done a lot of work there. Control W, and it will ask you to save the file. I say yes. Okay, let's save. If you have opened multiple files at this moment, you may want to close them as well. If you cannot close them for now, it's okay. Later on, you can watch out the video. Watch the video and do this. Just close the file. Once you have closed all the files, your Excel will look something like this one. Inside here is nothing, blank. Inside here is blank, nothing. So that means you have closed all the files at this moment. If you're able to achieve something like this one, please type number 5. Number 5. Once you get this one. Good, good, good. Final moment, final moment. Close Excel. Now we close Excel. When you close Excel, you will get a different message. It says, do you want to save changes you made to personal macro workbook? I can see the macro will be available the next time you start Excel. Yeah, it's already mentioned here. So we choose save. Choose save. Once you save, it closes everything. It closes everything. If you're able to save and it closes everything, please type number 6. Type number 6. Once you have save and closes everything. Very good, very good. Now we go back to the file we have. We have two files at this moment. One is at the very beginning, macro automation. This one has no macro. We start from here. And then we do some recording. We save it to my macro here. This one with the macro. We open the file without the macro called macro automation. Open this file together. Open this file. Once you have opened the file, please type number 7. Type number 7 once you have opened the file. This one, it doesn't prompt us for enable content, so it has no macro. To run the macro in the personal macro workbook, the step is the same thing like just now. So now we want to go to the blank columns. We just do a testing. We select row number 1. Select row number 1. We go to developer, macros. Do you see remove blank? Where's the remove blank columns? Remove blank columns. Here. Delete blank columns. And you click run. And ta-da! It works. If I go to test number 1, select this, go to macros, delete blank columns, run. And ta-da! It works. If it works for you, please type yay in the chat. So that means you have just made the macro available in all files. At the very beginning, we start with own file, test, everything okay, rename it, and then we move it to personal macro workbook. Imagine your work, you start accumulating the small automation, one by one, bit by bit. After a few years, you have a lot of automation. Really, really. And when you look back, you will feel proud about yourself. I made it. Good. Thank you for the question, and we have learned something extra. So now we continue with any other questions that you may have. If I miss your question, I did not notice, please type it again. Yeah, please type in the chat any other questions. Thank you. This question, how do we create a button so that next time we can just create a button to automate? Very good question. Very good. So let me go back to my screen. Depending on the macro you have, it could be within the file or on your computer. So I want to set the context right. Yeah. So we want to use a button to run a macro. So I have two possible ways. Presume this is the computer. Okay. This is computer. Computer has something called personal macro workbook. Personal macro workbook. Okay, this personal macro workbook. And I may have my own file. My own file here. My own file also have my own macro. So the question is, I want to have a button inside this file. The file, the button could refer to the macro within the same file, or the button could refer to the personal macro workbook. The implication here, if let's say in the same file, is easy to transfer to others. So that means because the macro is within the same file, if I transfer to the next person, the person could use a macro. If let's say the button is referred to the macro in the computer, I refer to the different computer. So that means in personal macro workbook. So it's not easy to transfer because they don't have personal macro workbook. So it will not able to run. Okay, it depends on the context. If let's say you're using this button to run the macro within your personal macro workbook, that's okay. So for now, I'm demonstrating this part. I'm demonstrating this part. We go back to the file, just now the file. I close this one without saving. Go back to my macro. We go back to my macro. Wait for a while. Okay, good. I make a clone. Okay. I just make a clone of this worksheet. I want to have a button in the blank columns. I want to have a button to remove the blank columns here. I go to Insert, Illustrations, Shape. I could use a shape or I could use a picture. They're the same thing. I just add a simple shape. Call this Remove Blanks. I can do the formatting. Make it larger. Okay. After I have this button ready, I want to assign the macro to this button. It could be a button, a picture, or an icon. They're the same thing. Just right click on that button or the picture, and you will see there's option says assign macro. Right click, assign macro. Inside assign macro, this is called delete blank columns. I just select and click OK. When I click outside, after that, I move my mouse point inside. It will remove blank columns based on the row I've selected. So I need to make sure I select the correct row and remove blank. So it works. So now I want to add a few more blanks here. I select this one, remove blanks. Okay, it works. It works. And sometimes the button is blocking the view. I want to move it away and I cannot click. To work around, I hold down Control key and click on this button. After that, let go of the Control key, then I can move it around. So sometimes the button we cannot click again, we can use this way. Hold down Control key, let me click outside. Hold down Control key and click on this button and let go of the Control key and you can move around. Okay, hopefully this one address your question. Any other questions? Oh, by the way, this one is very useful. Sometimes you are using multiple tabs. You want to keep a thing much more organized. When you're working with the report, you want to show all the data tab at the bottom. You want to show the data tab. Once you have done, you want to hide the data tab so that the report much more presentable. You can have a macro to show the tab, another macro to hide the tab. Yeah, you could do this one using recording, or you could use AI to help you. Can the button park in the ribbon? Yes, you are right. Thank you, SY, for asking this question. Sometimes people say, hey, this one, this one, very late. I don't want to do this button, very bulky. Can I place it outside here, like over here? Yes, we can do it. So we can place it here. That's much more easier. This is called Quick Access Toolbar. At the very beginning, I demonstrated using remove split region files. I click a button over there. So I'm going to do it here as well. I remove this button. To add the button on the top, the Quick Access Toolbar, and this one is only available in Windows. Mac don't have. Currently, Mac don't have. Only Windows have it. Right-click any of them on the top and choose Customize Quick Access Toolbar. Customize Quick Access Toolbar. And we go to Customize Quick Access Toolbar. In the Choose Command From drop down and choose Command From Macros. Choose Command From Macros. Because I want to the macros only within the file, I go to the other side, customize quick access toolbar, not for all documents, only for macro, only for this macro file. Choose the buttons that you want to have, like just now, delete blank columns, add, then you will see something like this one. And by the way, and if you're able to follow up to this one, please type number 2. I just realized I went a bit fast. Type number 2 if you're able to follow up to this one. Thank you, thank you. And ask ourselves, is this icon presentable? Is this wording okay? Is it okay, this one? Yes or no? Nothing in between. Only yes or no. Let me know in the chat. Not so nice lah. Not so nice. It could be better. Okay. If you want to make the icon a bit different, also the wording, go to the bottom. There's something called modify. Click on the modify. You have a chance to choose different icons from here. I could choose this human. And the display name, you can give a different name. And here, you can add more space. Example, delete blank columns. I add more spaces in between them to make it easier to read. Choose an icon from here. Once you have done, click OK. And you will see, because I choose a human icon, so it changes to human icon. After that, click OK. On the top, you will see the icons you have chose. If you use a mouse to point, it will show the wording you have typed. Just now, the wording I chose is delete blank columns, and it shows that as well. And if you're able to customize or modify the icons, please type number 3. Type number 3 if you're able to follow up to just now. Good. Done. Or let me do some testing. Let me okay, let me make a clone of this worksheet. Highlight and delete. Yes, it works. It works. Good. Thank you for the very good question. Any other questions that you want me to answer? Okay, good. There's no questions up to just now. And now I want to ask you to rate this training. Now we want to use a different scale, 1 to 10. 10 is the highest, 1 is the lowest. How do you perceive the value up to just now? Is it 1, 2, 3, or what's the number? Type in the chat. Okay, thank you, thank you. 1 is the lowest, 10 is the highest. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for your response. Just want to know for those of you you are not type number 10, just want to know what are the things it could make it as 10. Just type in the chat. I want to get some feedback. AI prompt inside the file. Project number 4 and number 5 is inside the file. Should be here. Yeah, the prompt is over here. It's number 4. Number 5 also something similar. This is a prompt you could consider. Yeah, easy. Next. Okay, good. Yeah, I hope this one address your question. Just want to know, for those of you are not reading number 10, I just curious, what are the things you want more? Or what are the things you expect? And I have not do a lot more. I don't know why I don't know. Yeah. Correct. When I know everything, I give 10. You need to spend 2 months together to go through intensive learning twice. Then you will know a lot more. Or co-pilot code result, output is not successful. If not successful, you can prompt it again, say whatever error message you see on the screen, you can say to the AI and it will correct for you. Managed to get the idea to automate the commission report. Very good. Okay. Is that okay for me to share a little bit what my company is doing, my boss company is doing, so that I can share with you? Is that okay? Yes or no? You type in the chat. Here's my KPI. Okay. Share a little bit. What are the trainings that we provide? Okay. Thank you for giving me the permission. Yeah, this is the training we have. And what you have gone through up to just now is a part of the advanced level. If you go through the advanced level, what we went through is much more in-depth, very in-depth. And we have a few levels of learning. We have essential level. We don't call it basic, not really basic. It's called essential because we presume the person attending the training, they have some level of working experience dealing with Excel. So it focuses on 2 things. One is about how to use Excel or computer a bit much more efficiently. The mouse, the keyboard, how to notice what shortcut key to use. And then the cell references, the dollar sign, the question mark, the dollar sign. When to use double dollar, when to use single dollar. Yeah, the single dollar is in the front and in the middle, also difference. So this one is 1 day training. And then we move on the next level. After the person has some confidence, they go to next level. So that is called Excel Intermediate for monitoring and tracking. It's 2 days training. It focuses on 2 parts. A lot of time when we are using Excel, we want to keep our data and then we want to do some monitoring. For example, when to purchase this one, when to ask for payment, when the customer is not paying, we need to start chasing for payment, all this monitoring. And sometimes our data is a little bit messy, like extra spaces or uppercase, lowercase, not consistent. How to deal with all this data? So there's data organization. So this is 2 days training. So it focuses on how to make the things easier in most of the work in Excel. So the end result for this one is the data is much more organized and they can move on to the next part is to do analysis and reporting. Inside analysis and reporting, there's a time they are going to how to do some calculation. For example, using pivot table, using sum if, using if the logical function, and sometimes they want to do more. What are the things they can do inside Power Query, inside Power Pivot, and the macro? Perhaps they want to do some simulation. Everything inside advanced level. Then after they have gone through all the learning, they want to know, hey, what's next? I want to go more. The next one is the rock your data with Power Query. That's how I received some of the questions saying, hey, I want to do some data cleanup. I want to do comparison. Power Query is very, very useful. With the knowledge of the rock framework, you can use Power Query very, very differently. The things I'm sharing here is the one I use in the actual consulting work. It's proven, tested, and it's only shared in the training. So literally, whatever thing you are learning here, you can cari makan. Really, it's my cari makan stuff. So this one is today's learning. So it's very, very useful. It's very useful, particularly I've seen this a lot in finance people. Because finance people, they are doing a lot of lookup, they are doing a lot of pivot table. So they are dealing with not only single file, they are dealing with multiple files. Normally, they copy paste one by one. By using Power Query, it can get the thing done that fast, just a click. So after Power Query, the next one is a dashboard, data to dashboard. After the data is ready, all clean up, massage everything, then boss want to see one-page report. How to do all these things? So it's inside here. Is besides showing the techniques, it's also showing the thinking process. Why I want to choose this one? Why I want to pick this one? So it's very useful. Data to dashboard. Then next one is the macro automation. It's a very, very in-depth. What we have gone through is tip of the iceberg. This one is much more examples, more scenarios, because what we have learned, we are only doing the absolute recording. We skip the relative recording. We skip the programming part of it. And we cover the important part today. There are much more details is inside this 2 days learning. And after learning, people may say, hey, Tai, I need some support. I am not sure how to apply in my work. We also provide coaching services on how to apply what we have learned in the actual work. And sometimes people will say, Tai, I don't have time to do all these things. Can you help me to do everything? Yes, we have doing some consulting work as well. So these are the general things we are doing. For the training, everything is HRDF claimable. And we also travel throughout the whole Malaysia for the training. Yeah, if you have some other question, feel free to ask. Okay, good. Okay, so any question for the learning for this part? Nope. Okay. And if you need more stuff about or more details about the training, the learning, you could reach out to Wendy, and Wendy is able to assist on all these things. Yeah, with that, I hope this one gives you some idea how you're able to make your work faster and easier. Okay, any final thought? Final thought? Yeah, if you want to support me to make me look better in front of my boss, yeah, go for training. Thank you. Now I want to last question. Type in the chat, what's one thing you like the most about this session? What's one thing you like the most? We have gone through almost 3 hours. I only use about 2 minutes for the self-promo. What's the one thing you like the most? VBA, debug, step-by-step, personal macro workbook, how to use macro VBA with one click, step-by-step. Okay. What's the one thing you like the most? Type in the chat. Very details, very good. And you will notice is that will be even better you have multi-monitor. Okay, that one makes the online learning much more easier. When your screen is very small and too many windows inside, not easy to see. Yeah, when the recording is ready, I'll be sharing in the group as well. Thank you very much. And what you like is macro details, VBA, Sifu giving well explanation. Thank you, Annie. Good sharing, thank you. Free training, yes. If you find you want to support me, not only in your company, if your friends, your families, or some other contacts, they may need some Excel training, you can ask them to reach out to us. I'll be more than happy. Thank you very much for your support. Okay, with that, Hey, let's see. That's one. Hey, anything else, Wendy? Yeah, the recording will post it in the group. No, with that, thank you very much. And I wish you have a fruitful 2026. Now it's only 14, not even half of the month you have completed. Yes! Give us a big, big hand. Yes, well done, well done, well done. Wish you all the best. And I see you when I see you again. Stay in the group because we have more updates in the future. Okay, with that, take care everyone and enjoy your lunch, breakfast, or dinner. Okay, with that, bye.